When you are working in an Excel spreadsheet, at some point you would probably need to zoom in or zoom out. And there are actually quite a few methods of doing this in Excel. One of the more common methods is just to adjust this slider down here at the bottom right. Here, as you can see, as I slide towards right, it would zoom in, and as I slide towards left, it would zoom out. If you are using a peripheral mouse, which looks like this, you have to make sure that your spreadsheet is selected. So you can select any cell on the spreadsheet, just hold on Control and just scroll forward with the mouse to zoom in and scroll backwards to zoom out. I am working on a laptop, so another method which you can use if you are using a laptop is on the trackpad, also known as a mouse pad, and this is very similar to the system on a mobile device like a phone or a tablet. As I pinch out, I can zoom in, and as I pinch in, I can zoom out. And then finally, you have the keyboard shortcuts to zoom in and zoom out. In the older versions of Excel, you could zoom out using Control minus and Control plus, but that was a very long time back. In the newer versions of Excel, you can use Control Alt minus and Control Alt plus to zoom out and zoom in. So if you are using a quite a old version of Excel, you can try both of these methods and see what is working for you. Now there are three basic components that make up an Excel sheet. They are the columns, the rows, and the references. The columns are the lines that run up and down the page and are identified by lettering. As you can see up here, C, D, E, F, G, all these are columns. And then we have the rows which run across the page and are identified by numbers. Here, as you can see, this is row 4, this is row 5, this is row 6, and so on. So why does this system of letters and numbers exist? Well, if I select the F column here, just by clicking on top of it, then I hold down Control and select one of the rows. Just by clicking on any of them, here I select row number 9. So where they meet in the middle here, a reference has been created. So I know the reference for this cell here, which is in the darker gray, is F9 because I have F at the top of my column and I have 9 in the left of my row. As you are clicking around in your Excel sheet, you can see you do actually have this slightly darker shade of gray highlight your column and your row. So if I select this cell, you can see the column F and row 4 are highlighted. This means the cell reference for this cell is F4. And also you can refer to what is called a name box, which is up here on the top left, as you can see here. And you may have noticed this already, but as I click around in the spreadsheet, I can see the reference of the cell which I have clicked in this name box. When it comes to referencing in an Excel spreadsheet, it plays a key role in formulas, functions, and many other things. If you spend more than, let's just say, a few minutes in an Excel sheet, more than likely you would have tried and adjusted the width of the columns and the height of the rows. So to adjust the width of the column, you can go anywhere in between two columns and just click, hold and drag and adjust the width of the column as per your requirement. Similarly, to adjust the height of a row, you can click anywhere between two rows and just drag and adjust the height of the row. So just now I performed two moves in Excel. I increased the width of column D and I increased the height of row 9. Now what I would like to do is go back two steps so that I can undo what I have done. And to do that, I would just click on this undo icon two times and I would get to the original position where I was. Depending on your version of Excel, your undo and redo icons might be here on the far left of your Excel sheet. You may have noticed when I opened up the column earlier, we were presented with a little white box, as you can see here, which is indicating the width of the column. So basically this white box gives you a measurement and I can basically hold this and increase the width of the column to exactly 120 pixels. Now if I want the same width for all the columns, I can literally spend the next of my month opening up these columns and adjusting the width of these columns one by one. So this is a very inefficient way of doing this. If you want to increase the width of multiple columns to a similar width, and the same thing is also applicable to the height of the rows. So what you should do when you want to increase the width of multiple columns at once. So here I performed a few steps. So first I want to go back to the original position. So now to go back to the original position, I would use the shortcut key Control Z. Now this is a very common shortcut key which you people would have also used and which works on other systems as well. So I would request you to simply press Ctrl Z and return to the original position where we were. So here I have undone the changes I made to the width of the column. So there is a easier method when it comes to adjusting the width of your columns and the height of your rows, especially when you have multiple columns and rows that you want to adjust. So let's just deal with the columns for now. I am going to select this first column here, column D. Now I am going to hold down Control and select any of the columns that I want to increase the width of. So here I have selected column E, F, G, H. While holding down Control, you can also deselect any of the columns that you don't want to adjust the width of. So here I will deselect column G, but I want to adjust the height of all the columns. So I will again select. So here what I will do now is go in between any of the columns or go to the end of the selected columns and just drag the width I want for all of these columns. So I will just drag this column. I want a width of, let's say, 140 pixels. So I will release my cursor here. As you can see, the width of all my columns have increased here. I will press Ctrl Z here. Another way of increasing the width of your columns is just right click on any of the selected columns, and here you will get an option of column width. Just click on it, and from here also you can adjust the width of the columns. So here I want to adjust the width of the columns to 16. So I will just type in 16 here and press enter. And as you can see, the width of my columns have increased here. Again, I will press Ctrl Z. Another way of selecting the columns for whom you want to increase the width of is just select any of the cells of those columns, then press Ctrl space. This would select the entire columns for you. And now you can just right click on any of the columns and do the same operations as we just did it right now. Now let us do the same thing on the rows. So here I would again use Control and select the rows which I want to increase the height of. So here I have selected rows 9 to 14. Another way of selecting these rows is just select any of the cells of these rows and then press Shift space. This would select the entire rows for you. Now what you have to do is go in between any of the rows or just go to the end of any row. Here I will go in between any of the rows. Now click and drag to adjust the height of the rows that you want. So here I will adjust the height to, let's say, 42. And as you can see, the height of my rows have increased now. Again, to go back to the original position, I will press Ctrl Z again. So this is how you can adjust the width and height of your columns and rows. Now let's say you want to adjust a range of cells. So this would be the height of range of cells and the width as well. Well, first of all, you will select your cells like this. So just click, hold and drag and choose the cells you want to select. And this time I am going to come to the home tab here and the format drop down here. And here we have two items that we want to use. We have the row height and we have the column width. So just click on row height for now. Now this little box would show up and by default it is set to 14.4, but I am going to set it to 20 and then I will click OK. So now you can see how our cells have grown into height a little bit here. Now I am going to adjust the width. So I will again come back to the format drop down and I am going to click on column width. And I'm going to set this to, let's just say I would go for 12 and I will click OK. And they have all been adjusted to the exact size that I want. So here I did two moves. So here I want to go back two steps. So I will press Ctrl Z two times. I have been using this keyboard shortcut a number of times in this tutorial. But let's say you do a multiple things in your spreadsheet and you would like to go back where you were. Well, of course you can use Ctrl Z and press that as many times as you need to, or you can click on undo up here, but there is a more efficient way of doing this. But first of all, let us do a few things in our spreadsheet. I'm going to select a cell here and I'll just type in 123 and press enter. Now I will select another cell here and put in ABC. Then I'm going to widen this column here to whatever width I want. and I will increase the height of this row here to whatever height I want. Now I will zoom in into this sheet a little bit and I am going to leave it like that. So here I want to go back to the point before I typed 1, 2, 3. So to do this in a faster way, what you can do is, here you can see this drop down near the undo button. Just click on it and here you can see all the steps which you have performed. So here I want to go back to the point before I typed 1, 2, 3. So I will just click here on this step which says typing 1, 2, 3 in E10. So as soon as I click it, I will go back to the point before I typed 1, 2, 3. Now all the changes which you made are undone. Now let's say I did not want to undo these changes and I want to return to the point where I last zoomed in. So for this, what you can do is, here we have the redo button. Near it, you have your drop down. Just open it. And from here, you can reach to the point where you zoomed in last. So here I have my second zoom here. So I will just click on it. And I have redone the things which I wanted to. Of course, you can also use Control Y to redo things. But this method is also very helpful when you want to reach a specific point.